Hello! Third and the fourth week of my Coding Girl challenge. Why is it with the fourth week as well? Because honestly, I don't want to lie to you, so it will be like very, very honest videos. On the third week, I did nothing, literally nothing. And I know I have no excuses, and I will talk about that a little bit later in my video, but I don't want my videos to be like just, okay, I did nothing and so I don't know what to do with it. No, I wanted to work on myself, and I want to bring kind of value, inspiration to people who are watching me. I'm probably not gonna say like invent something new, but I believe maybe you've heard this idea from other person, like with more kind of competence in that questions, and from your friends, relatives, and you watched my video and that was like the last step that could bring you into action. Or maybe you've heard this thing for the first time from me, and then from other person and from other person, and that inspired you to do something, just to do. That's the idea actually of this videos. And in this report, I kind of Coding Girl Challenge report for the week 3 and week 4, I'm gonna tell you about like how I failed the week 3 and how did I manage to organize myself in the 4th week, what did I realize, and that might help you not to have the same mistakes as I did.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
So the first thing, as I told you, is just no excuses. Because the thing is that during the 3rd week, I had the excuse that I'm going to pass the French exam in 2 weeks, and I need to prepare for that exam, and I also have work and some projects, and I literally don't have time for programming. But it's just excuses. I know that. I knew that there were excuses, but I didn't know how to deal with them. And what helped me, I just read a book, The War of Art, that really pushed me to act. And I really want to talk about the idea of this book, so it's probably gonna be another video. I had only excuses and did nothing about them. And so that's why just during this week I had kind of like reflections and thoughts and how can I improve myself. And the 4th week was this section, but it took me 1 week. For some people it takes like more before they act. For some people it takes less. I want you to take as less time as you can take in order to act.
Just do it. Make your dreams come true. Do it. Nothing is impossible.
This is the idea, because if you have some important things, like programming is the most important thing in my life right now, although it is like a long-term goal. The short-term goal is to pass the French exam, but you know what? For like very urgent stuff, you can find time even if you don't have time. And for like long-term goals, you have a tendency to put them off, to postpone. The thing is that like you are starting not doing anything for weeks, then for months, and so your dream will never come true. So the basic idea was to prioritize programming in my life, and I knew that for this short-term goal to pass the exam, I will find a time in my week. And it follows the next problem that I had, that I didn't give myself a schedule for the 3rd week. I simply said to myself like, this week I'm gonna finish the tasks I didn't finish the last week, and it didn't work. So you really need to do something with that, to organize yourself. Just take there exist so different methods to do that. Like, I don't know, write in the notes in your computer, use the special app for that, write in your notebook, or like I've discovered a bullet journal thing. I also just started using Google Calendar. Before I didn't use that, I didn't believe in that, but right now I see the available slots in my day that I can devote to programming and to learning other things. Let's talk about my schedule. What I did, I used Google Calendars, and the thing is that like I divided like my whole week into pieces of like purple and blue color is the things that I also need to spend more time on transportation, on the transport, and so it takes more time. Even like the work, the actual like brain activity that I do, or like I also had a visit to the doctor, like yeah, the time that I'm fully concentrated, let's say, takes, I don't know, a couple of hours, but I also need some time to transportation. For green things, I do it from home, so I only spend this amount of time and nothing more. So, and that made me understand how much like blank things during my day, blank spaces during my day I have. That made me more productive the fourth week. So really plan, and also I didn't, the second week, I didn't track the time I spent on learning. This time I decided to track the time and what did I do during this time, like what did I manage to do. That makes me like understand what maybe how can I improve my learning path, my learning methods. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later, like what I did and how much hours did I work this week. It's gonna be at the kind of end of this video. I'll put in the description box anyway. The worst thing I realized is that I started forgetting how to write the code, and it frustrated me so much. Like I wanted to do something on the third week, but I was scared. I really was scared to do something because I realized that I am forgetting things. And it's really important. I have like much more experience in learning languages, and so what I understood, and I teach languages, so the thing is that like the consistency is the crucial thing when you start learning something new, foreign language or programming language, it doesn't matter. Like you need to do it every day in order not to forget things. If you do it like once in a week, even though you work the whole day, it's not gonna work because like our brain cells do not work that way. And we need to absorb new information like by small chunks of information. Just you learn something day by day, and that constructs like the overall idea of everything. That's why like the PC in 42 school was very, very efficient because you worked day by day. Although you worked like a lot during the day and you had literally nothing but programming, but still like you worked every day. And this is very important thing. And so right now I'm going to tell you what I managed to do this week. Basically, like I discovered myself the bullet journal thing. There exists plenty of videos where like cool guys explain to you how to do bullet journal. You can Google it, but the basic idea it doesn't matter how you organize your time, your day. It's like try the thing that works for you. And the most important thing is just to track how many hours you work, how many hours you can work, like according to your daily plan. And what did you manage to do? So basically I wrote like each day how many hours can I work and how many hours did I really work. So I worked this week like 15 and a half hours, not that much as I wanted, but like my schedule didn't allow me to do more, I think. And as I told you before, the most important thing I believe is just to keep working. Maybe the next week I know I will work even less, I think, but I will try to work every day, even though it's an hour. When I pass the exam, just these additional hours will come and I will have much more time to explore things, but I won't lose this ability to think, to work, and won't lose this ability to code because I did a little bit of practice this past 2 weeks. And the results, So yeah, I tracked the results here. Basically, yeah, I put the date and listed the things I did. The most important thing for me was that I finally came up with an idea what app I want to create. It will be, in my head, it's like an incredible thing that could be transformed into a big project, and some other people could help me, could join me after that. And I also I watched a series how just people develop the apps, and the thing is that first you need to think of the minimum viable product that you can launch in the app store, and after that you could think of other functions. And so yeah, in my head there is one thing that I can create on my own, and after that I have plenty of ideas that I can implement if I work harder, and maybe if I have a team of developers with me. But this is I still know that I need to learn a bunch of things before I start creating, but this idea of having a cool, that you think is a cool idea in your mind inspires you to act, to study harder. This what I'm happy about, because I was really frustrated, I don't know where, when I started watching the series of video how to create an app, I was so frustrated, oh my gosh, there is so much work here and I don't have any ideas. And then I was thinking, I was having this, it wasn't Friday, I was walking around in the metro, I was thinking, oh my gosh, what can I create that would be useful for other people and would inspire me to continue learning programming? What can I do? Everything, everything is created and there are no new ideas in this world, but the work is that to create something better than others have already created. And I was thinking about that, oh my gosh, but then just this brilliant idea came up to my mind, and I shared this idea with my friends, and they told me it's not bad. That was the best reaction that I could receive. And the other thing is that I launched a website for my dad, and I'm so happy about that. I've almost I did functionality of the website, pages that we wanted to have. The only thing is that we need to put content and work on some design things, but it's just, I'm happy that I finally did it, because I also put off this thing during weeks. And this week I will buy domain name, hosting, and I'm gonna launch this website. That I did. That's it. I didn't do that much, I think, but I still this path of learning. Right now I'm living. I'm not 100% in programming. I'm making my living. I make my living. I study other stuff. I create these videos, and so there are a bunch of activities, but still I believe this example of working not so more hours per day still will give the results if you do it every day, if you are consistent in your work. Thank you very much for watching this video. I feel so inspired when I receive your comments, your messages of cheering me up. It's really, that's why basically I am very responsible person, and I cannot feel in front of you guys. You make me feel inspired and responsible for what I'm doing. Thank you very much for watching this video again, and see you in the next video. Bisous. Bye bye.